Hello, friends. It's Mrs. Gorski back. And today, what we're going to be doing, we are going to be revisiting doing some addition strategies. Some we could have done, some we are going to be brand new for us. So, what I have here is a picture. Okay. As you can see, you see some green fish and you see some blue fish. So, in a prior video, I did ones where we actually just had words. We did story problems. So instead here, I'm just going to make up a story behind the picture that I have here. Okay, so that's how we're going to gauge it today. So, and as also you can see, I have a number line, and my number line is always a really good math tool to help me check my work, to help me count, to help me solve. So I'm going to use this as a very important tool today, in addition to some of the other strategies that we're going to learn. So let's go ahead and get started with our story. So as you can see, there are 4 green fish in the pond. 3 blue fish want to join them. How many fish are in the pond? So first, let's go ahead and let's count our fish. So remember what I said. I said there are 4 green fish in the pond. So let's count them. Make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 3 blue fish in the pond. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have that straightened out. Now what do? We got to figure out how many fish are going to be in the pond, because these blue fish want to join the green fish. So it's just not going to be 4, and it's just not going to be 3. It's going to be a bigger number. So let's talk about some strategies that we want to use. So even though I might have a picture here, you might be a mathematician out there that you might want to draw a picture for yourself, because sometimes that helps you learn and understand the problem a little bit better. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to draw out a picture. Since we said there are 4 green fish, I'm going to draw something that is going to be simple for me, something that I could draw quickly. I don't want to sit and draw 4 fish here, because that could take a long time. So what I want to do, I'm going to pick something like a circle, because circles are quick, they're fast, and they're easy to draw. So here I go. 4 green fish. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to have 3 more blue fish that would like to join them. So then I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. So this now is going to represent my fish. I have 4 circles for my 4 green. I have 3 circles for my 3 blue. So what would I like to do now? I want to count them up. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 fish. Could I also count these up here? Absolutely. But I also want to make sure that I am going to do my own drawing too, to double check my work. So now what do I want to do? I want to make a number sentence. So here I go. When I make a number sentence, I want to use, since we're joining, we are counting all together, I'm going to use a plus sign. So what am I going to put here? It doesn't really matter whether you put your 4 fish first or your 3 fish first. What I like to do, I like to put my bigger number first. So if I have 4 versus 3, just even looking at my picture here, even looking at my picture up here, if I want to use my number line too, it's proving 4 is greater or more than 3. You have 1 extra. This has 1 less. So if I'm going to make my number sentence, I'm going to make it 4 plus 3. And then I have this sign, which is equals. So equals is going to say what our answer is going to be at the end. It's like that little extra piece that's going to be right before our answer. So here we go. Let's remember, if I have 4 and I want to add 3 more, let's use our number line as a help. But I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to use an additional strategy called counting on. And when I use a counting on strategy, I'm going to put the bigger number in my brain and I'm going to count on what's left. So since we said 4 is our greater, our bigger number, I'm going to start right there. 4, and I want to count on 3 more. So that means I'm going to make 3 hops on my number line. 1, 2, 3. And look where we ended. On a 7. 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4 plus 3 is 7. There we go. So now, stay tuned. Get ready for another story. Okay, and we're back. So now, here's a new story. As you can see, I don't have fish anymore. I have some paw prints. So here's our story. Jack is walking out in the snow. He found 4 paw prints. Then he found 1 more paw print. How many paw prints in the snow did Jack find? So let's go ahead. Let's review what we have. So if you remember, Jack found 4 paw prints first. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he found 1 more. There's our 1. So now, let's start thinking about some strategies in order to figure out how many he found in all. So, what we were doing in our last one, we drew circles. Well, maybe you might not have something handy that you would like to draw with. Maybe you're just not in the drawing mood today, but you might have something else handy that you could use. And we have counters today. So let's go ahead and let's use counters. So since he found 4, let's use 1, 2, 3, 4 counters. And then he found 1 more. So then we have 1 more counter. So let's go ahead and count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he found 5 paw prints in the snow. Well, let's think about another thing to do next. Let's make our number sentence. So we were talking about that before, and we were saying, when we were making our addition number sentences, we could make them either way, but we like it when we put our bigger number first. So let's make sure we know which number is bigger. We have 4 and 1. And we could even use our number line too to help us with that. But just by looking at the picture, we know 4 is bigger or larger than 1. Even looking at our number line, if I want to find 4 on my number line, it's right here. If I want to find 1 on my number line, it's right here. So since 4 comes after 1 by a couple of hops, it's definitely bigger. It's definitely more. So let's go ahead and make that number sentence. So 4 is my bigger number. 4, and don't forget, we're using that addition sign, plus 1 equals, let's remember, let's recount. Maybe let's do the paw prints this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 plus 1 equals 5. Let's use our counting on strategy this time. I'm starting at 4. And I want to count 1 more. So how many hops am I going to make? 1. What did we end on? 5. What is our answer? 5. We counted it in our counters. We counted it also in our story picture. So how about that? We did it. We're doing it with multiple strategies. So stay tuned. We have one more story. Okay, and we're back. Here is our final story. Anna's mom gave her 2 pennies. Anna's dad gave her 2 more pennies. How many pennies does Anna have in all? Well, let's figure it out. So first, let's go back. Let's do our drawing strategy first. So here we have Anna's mom gave her 2 pennies. Let's go ahead. Let's do our circles. Anna's dad gave her 2 more pennies. So now, how many pennies does she have in all? Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we have it. We have 4. We could also double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what was in our original picture. We could actually do our strategy of drawing it out. Let's go ahead and make our number sentence. Well, this is going to be an interesting one because if you see, mom gave her 2 and dad gave her 2. So do we have a bigger number here in this case? No, because they're exactly the same. So what we're going to do, we're going to make our number sentence, and I don't have to worry about which number is bigger. Let's go ahead and write it down anyway. So I have 2 that she started with mom, plus 2 more that she got with dad, 2 plus 2 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, would be 4. Let's do our counting on strategy. We don't have to worry about finding that number again that's bigger to put in our brain. What we're going to do, we're going to start right on 2, and then we're going to make 2 more hops. 2, make 2 more hops. 1, 2. Look at what we ended on. Look at what our answer is. So we got it. Now, what happens maybe if you did not want to do that drawing? What could have done? You know what I'm going to put right in our circles is our counters. 1, 2 that mom started with, and then 1, 2 that dad started with. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we have it. So what we did today was we were using additional strategies in order to help us solve and create addition number sentences. So boys and girls, I hope that you get to practice some of this at home. You could pick up a lot of different things at your house like blocks or marbles or toys, pencils, erasers, whatever you would like to use, and you can make up some of your own stories too. And maybe you could try and trick mom and dad to solving some of those. All right, boys and girls, have a great day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye, everyone.